It's time for our 2026 predictions for the men's, and we're going to be going through our top 10 and Grand Slam champions and a special GTL twist of a wildcard player outside the top 100.
That's right. It's that time of year again, JG. We went through and reacted to last year's predictions, and now we're going to be predicting next year's. I mean, I didn't do very well, I have to say. I was a bit disappointed on some of mine, especially not really getting many right on the women's side. The men's side, there were more correct selections in the rankings. And you did especially well in the Grand Slam winners as well. But you got 3 out of 4. We had Medvedev in the US Open. That was a little bit of a slip up, but I can understand why you picked it. But I can't wait to get stuck into it. It's a new year, new predictions, new possibilities, and maybe some new players entering our top 10s, eh?
Yeah, all in all, though, I think you're overplaying it. I feel our predictions weren't that bad last year. On the whole, it was the best predictions we've ever done on the channel, for sure. So if we can get close to that, I think it will be a massive success. So let's go through it together. I don't know what Ben's are, and Ben doesn't know what mine are for the first time ever doing this podcast, because usually Ben will send them to me before. I'll put it on a PowerPoint. We've ditched the PowerPoint. We're going back to Excel, like the good old days. Well, like our day jobs. And yeah, it's going to be very simple. And we're going to be filling it in live, or not live for you guys, but live for us right now. And make sure to enter at home. We want to see your top 10 predictions in the comments section. It's always good for you as well to go back to the video. You can see exactly what you had. It's a good place to save it. And of course, your Grand Slam predictions as well. With the men's, I think you've kind of got a standard 6 players where you can't really take them out. There's no way you can't make a case for any of these 6 to not be inside the top 10. For the women's, however, I feel like that number could be maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. On the men's side, it's just sort of which order you can get them in. It's hard to pick, isn't it? But the same sort of names pop up, and there's definitely 2 players which are guaranteed to be in there. I'm sure you never say never. We never know about injuries, stuff like that. But I'm hoping we don't see any in 2026. And Sinner and Alcaraz, I'm sure will be leading the way at the top of the rankings, probably most of next year as well. But let's get stuck into it. I can't wait to see who we've both got. I mean, obviously, I'm going to be sharing mine. Have we been influenced by recency bias? Have we been influenced?
Well, you always are.
Are
we going to start from number 1 or number 10? Because I feel like number 1 is not so much of a surprise as number 10.
Probably not. Yeah, maybe we start at number 5. No, I don't know. Start in the middle and then work our way out. Yeah, it's difficult to say, but I think the natural way to do it would be 10, building ourselves.
Okay, we'll do 10. That's fine.
I think we've got to. So, who would like to go first? Should I go first, or would you like to? Okay, so I'm going to go first, and my number 10 is heavily recency bias and been influenced by a trip I recently went on, which was to Bologna. And this guy might surprise you. I'm putting Flavio Cobolli as my number 10 for 2026.
Yeah, I really like it. What is he, 26 in the world at the moment?
Something like that, yeah.
Or 22. I remember we was covering it quite a bit. I should probably bring up the rankings on my other tab. But to give you my one, it's a player I'm very fond of. I went quite big on him last year. Okay. I'm a big fan of him. He's a young player, up and coming player. Is top 10 too soon? I don't think so. I'm going to be going for the Brazilian, João Fonseca, as my number 10.
Not mad at that at all. I understand completely why you're doing it as well. Yeah, he's a phenom. He
So
is the
Caboli is
future.
22 at the
Yep.
moment, and Fonseca is 24.
So I can see why we've both gone for it. I mean, the way that Caboli played in that Davis Cup, it really just put him in a whole new light for me. So I have been influenced, and I think he has had some good results at slams in 2025 as well. So played well against some big opponents, and the fact he did the Djokovic shirt tear means maybe he's harnessing his inner Djokovic right now. So we'll see if that comes out in 2026. Let's move on to number 9. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Fonseca as well has just played Carlos Alcaraz in an exhibition. I don't know if you saw a bit of that.
yeah, I saw a bit of it. Yeah.
It's an exhibition, doesn't mean much, but the level I think was quite good. So
Oh, very
yeah, I'm
good.
very confident in that one. Number 9, take it away.
Okay, number 9, entering the top 10 again. Daniel Medvedev, I'm having as my number 9.
Okay, yeah, I see why you've done it. Interesting, to
I think he's
say the
come back to a
least.
bit of form in the last few months. So that's the reason I think that he is playing better now. And when his form, when it's good, he is a top 10 player, clearly.
Definitely, no doubts about that. For me, I've gone for a different approach, and it's gonna be
Ooh.
the person who's there right now, Ben
Oh,
Shelton.
okay.
I'm having no movement for him. He's gonna stick at number 9.
That can happen.
I'm
I've,
looking at
I've,
yours though with Medvedev Kaboli. You've got rid of someone quite big here. So I'm looking at my list of names, my other 8 names. But you like I don't know. I just find it crazy who you've admitted here.
yeah, there's going to be someone, and you're going to be like, "Oh my word, what has he's had a complete mare?" But I normally do something like that, don't I? On mine, I take a risk a lot of times on these rankings. Sometimes they don't pay off, sometimes they do. Number 8, that's moving on up, and number 8, I'm going for Novak Djokovic. Obviously, he's probably only going to be playing the slams. I think he'll still have good results in the slams. That's about it. But you saw 4 good results in slams this year. Was it good enough for number 4 in the world? And I think even if he does that or a little bit less, a quarterfinals or something, he'll still be up there around about number 8, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Daniil Medvedev here. So I've got the
Ooh,
same thought process as you. I think he's gonna sneak himself back in to the conversation.
yep,
And by having him here, you have to get rid of a big player who people would expect to be in the top 10.
yeah. I do not doubt it. There's going to be somebody missing. There's going to be probably a few missing because don't forget there are people or players, sorry, who are on the fringes who are normally regular top 10 players in the last few years, and they didn't make it into the top 10 this year. Obviously, we're talking likes of Rublev, Casper Ruud, people like that.
Runa.
Are they? Well, Holger Rune is severely injured and can't walk at the moment. So I wouldn't expect him to be playing tennis at least for another 6 months. So he is not in my top 10. Just putting that in there straight away. So
Oh, you ruined it.
I've ruined it. Okay, so I'm gonna go number 7 now is Ben Shelton. There we go.
Okay,
So
so you've
moving
gone
up a little bit.
all right. And this could be very surprising for everyone, but I've got Novak Djokovic at number 7.
Okay, so it's not
I've gone one
too
more than you. I
quite.
think he's
Yeah,
going to play all of the slams. I don't see him not making the second week. I think he's going to go, maybe he'll go out early in one of them, but I think he's going to go deepish. He just won't be
mm,
able to beat a Yannick Sinner or Carlos Alcaraz in the semi final if he faces them or before. Could go out to maybe an inspired Caboli or a Ben Shelton or something like that. But I think he can't win slams right now. But because he's that good, I still would expect him to play enough big events to pick up enough big points to catapult
yeah,
himself up there. If you think
still the
about it, all you've really got to get to is, I say all, if you get to say go deep in 2 Grand Slams or you go deep in 3, you're definitely inside the top 10 and way up there.
yeah, and he's definitely the 3rd best player at slams last year,
Yeah.
easily.
So I
So
think it would be I was thinking of getting rid of him out of there, but I just think it would be sensible not to because he can pick up enough points.
Yeah, and he's planning to play until 2028. So no plans on hanging up that racket just yet. So number 6, and this is where I feel that someone's going to have to go. There's going to be a big risk in here, and I think this is taking a risk. But I'm hoping comes back to full fitness, has missed the back end of 2025 just trying to recover, and that is Jack Draper. But I think when he's fully fit, if he plays all the slams, I expect him to be doing well in all of them, and I expect him to be winning other events as well.
Okay, I will speak about Draper at some point, but not right now. For me, I've got Lorenzo Musetti as number 6.
Makes sense. Where did he finish this year? Was it number 8? So yeah, slight
Yep.
moving up for Lorenzo Musetti.
I think he's
Not mad at that.
class. I think he's
very good.
unbelievable. What a player Lorenzo Musetti is. I think he's getting better and better. I think he's proven himself on a mental stage now a little bit more, not perfectly, but ability wise, he's a top 5 player. I just think he still struggles with the mental part. But number 6, I think, would be a good improvement, and I'd love to see him go really deep in a Grand Slam.
For sure. Will we get to see him on the clay of Roland Garros doing really well? That would be a dream of mine to see him doing well there. Number 5, I think this one sort of speaks for itself a little bit because you can't not have him in the top 10. I think it's Taylor Fritz, and I'm going for him at number 5.
Yeah, I mean, you've got rid of someone crazy. I don't know what you're doing, but we'll get to that. I've got Alex de Minaur, the demon, in at number
Ooh.
5.
Finished the year at number 7. He actually finished level on points with Taylor Fritz, who finished in 6. So both finished on the exact same number of points. So pretty much finished 6th, really, level with Fritz. And only 100 points or 110 points behind number 5. So it was quite close to number 5, really, this year. I had him at number 5 as my prediction. You actually got it right, didn't you? You said number 7.
Yeah.
So maybe you're going to get it right again. Who knows? You've got him there at number 5.
I've seen enough watching him at UTS.
He's so
Top
good.
player. Yeah.
But yeah, he is sort of the best of the rest, really. When you watch anyone other than like Djokovic, Sinner, Alcaraz, I get the feeling Alex de Minaur, if he levels up a little bit more each year, he's just so good, so
Definitely.
consistent. Yeah.
And he plays a lot of events, physically keeps himself in good shape, so possible.
And that's why I've gone one up for Alex de
Okay.
Minaur this year, and I've gone number 4.
Yeah,
for
so
Alex de Minaur.
you've gone crazy on either Zverev or Musetti here, but we're going to get to that. Number 4 for me, probably quite obvious, Taylor Fritz. We've just gone the other way around.
That's it. We've swapped them round. They're level on points this year, and maybe
But
they'll
I
be level
do
on
believe
points
Fritz will finish higher than de Minaur.
It's one of those things that Fritz has the serve, which de Minaur doesn't have.
Yeah.
That's the one big factor. But the fact that de Minaur managed to finish on the same points as him this year without the serve, if de Minaur just gets a slightly better serve, it changes his game completely. Because once he's in a rally, he always has a chance. But yeah,
What's the head-to-head between them two?
I don't know. Good point. I'd quite like to watch a match between the two of them.
Let's have a look. So head-to-head, it is 6-5 in favour of Alex de Minaur. So there's not much in it at all. At the round robin stage of the ATP finals, de Minaur beat him 7-6, 6-3
on indoor hard court against a big serving. And Matt, remember that was the match that meant he qualified as well.
Yeah,
did have a good ATP. He ended the year pretty strong, Alex de Minaur.
definitely. So yeah, I think you can make a case for either. Number 3.
Number 3, the third best player on tour last year around all the events, Sasha Zverev. He is.
Okay, so let's talk about it then. I've also gone for Zverev. Yep. I agree with that. Why is Lorenzo Musetti not inside your top 10?
I know. Someone had to go. And as I was going up, I'm like, he's not there. I think he'll be close or there or thereabouts. But I had to omit someone, and I wanted Kaboli in my top 10. So
And have you
unfortunately,
realised who I've got rid of out of my one? He's also your number 6 bed, Jack Draper.
yeah. I mean, it was sort of a toss up between the two actually, Musetti or Draper. I was looking, but I was just thinking if Draper comes back and comes back strong, I think
But we don't know how he's going to come back
No,
after
we
the
don't know.
injury.
It's a risk.
And
That's what I've said. It's a bit of a risk.
I think Lorenzo Musetti is a better player than Jack Draper.
Well, we'll have to see. What's their head to head?
I think he's developing so well, and
no, he's so exciting to watch as well.
I wouldn't even read into the head to head and stuff because Draper
Draper.
He was exactly. But I am big on Musetti. I think he's a constant, evolving, improving player. Not to say Draper isn't, but
beautiful to watch.
I'm more on the Musetti side. That's why I come for that.
Everything's beautiful about Musetti.
So Yannick Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz, who do you have finishing number 1 and 2?
Well, I don't think we're going to say our number 2. We're just going to say who's number 1 then. That's probably the easier way of doing this. We've got all the way down to it. I'm sure everyone else at home is at this same point, and they have still 2 names left to put in at the same 2 names.
Yeah, and I think you've gone with the same as me, which is Yannick Sinner number 1.
Correct. That's what I have gone for.
He missed 3 months. If he didn't miss them 3 months, he would have been number 1. I think there's not much between them at all.
Yeah, the way he ended the year
doesn't slip up as much. Like he lost to 3 players last year: Griekspoor, Alcaraz, and someone else.
Yeah, and just crazy performances really in all the slams. He won 2 slams. He was a point away in the French Open from winning that, and then he was in the other final of the US Open as well. So domination really. And then as soon as you got on the indoor hard court, wins the tour finals as well. Just an utter ridiculous level from Yannick Sinner. And that's the one thing that he sort of has over Carlos Alcaraz is the indoor hard court swing. If he's behind even a little bit, he nearly got to the top this year. It was all down to just a few games. So crazy to think that he could have snatched it off Carlos, even in the tour finals. But Carlos did well, held on, stayed strong. Yeah,
and remember, last year I did predict Alcaraz number 1, then Sinner and Zverev. So I did all right. I got the 1, 2, 3 last year. And I would feel confident that Sinner's going to be number 1, hopefully without any injuries. Then that's certainly possible.
I might add this little column in. Big player missing. Say Draper. There we go.
Yeah, so really our big battle is going to be now a Musetti-Draper battle. This is the narrative for this year. And then the other one's going to be a Kaboli-Fonseca battle.
But there are other players that I was just looking at as well, because I still do think that there are some of those that could potentially drop out of there. We've been watching some great players, like people like Casper Ruud could easily get back in there for me.
I was very close to putting Casper Ruud in at 10. It was close between him and Fonseca.
Mensic's another one I've got a very close eye on.
I don't think he's going to be number 10.
Yeah, it's tough, but it's just there's so many good young players. You just don't know when that breakout year is going to be.
I was going to go maybe Lehechka, but I don't know.
He's been a bit more up and down this year, I'd say. But anyway, let's get on to our Grand Slam predictions now. Move down, and we've got the Australian Open first, kicking off the year. And this is going to be, I'm sure, I don't even know if it's, we need to discuss this one too much. I think that we've probably got the same, sadly, on this.
I don't think you do. I don't think you know that I've got the same as you.
I think you've probably got Yannick Sinner to win the Australian Open. I have.
Yeah, I've got Sinner to win the Australian Open.
Exactly. So that's why I said I think we probably know.
Last year I got 3 out of 4.
I know.
But this year I'm going for 4 out of 4. I feel like I've got a 50-50 toss-up on each one.
As we just said. Yeah, as we said last year, Yannick Sinner, 3 match points, French Open, but didn't win it. Carlos Alcaraz, one of the best matches I've ever watched, I think, in tennis. And Alcaraz just gave us an absolute treat.
I mean, I liked
Uh,
Wimbledon as well. We watched that obviously together
yeah,
outside. That was a great match. Nice venue to watch it. The sun was coming down outside
yep.
in London. A lot of fans, a lot of hype. The level so high. Sinner clutching it. Really good. That's one of my favourite memories of last year. I enjoyed that a lot, the Wimbledon win.
I like your reaction on a swing. That was fun.
Yeah, after about 10 beers. That was good.
Then I went on Australian TV after about 6 beers. Brilliant. It was great though. Enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm going for Alcaraz to win the French Open though again. I reckon that he will do it, but I reckon it won't be as close as last year. I think this year he'll actually win it in a slightly more dominant fashion.
Yep. Copy that over. I've got the same.
Oh,
Maybe you are right.
so
Wimbledon. This could be different.
surely Djokovic, isn't it?
That's what you had last year, right?
No, I had French Open Djokovic, which was just,
Oh. Who did you have Wimbledon last year? Alcaraz. When
Wimbledon.
Sinner won.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he got to the final. This year, after watching what happened last year, I am going for Yannick Sinner to win Wimbledon. I think he'll back it up and win it again.
Okay, I've also got Yannick Sinner.
There you go. And that leaves us with the last slam of the year. Obviously, Carlos Alcaraz won it
You've
in
done the same
2025.
thing as me.
And I've gone for Yannick Sinner to win it.
Okay,
I think
that's good.
so. This is what I think. I think Sinner's going to be number one this year because he wins 3 out of the 4 slams.
Okay, I have Carlos Alcaraz winning the US Open. So that is our difference.
It's a little differential.
That's another good narrative as well. Because if we get
Yeah.
to the US Open final, we've got Sinner Alcaraz. Am I going to be cheering on Alcaraz?
Please
Probably.
comment if anyone has a different name other than those two winning a slam next year. I'd love to know if you've just picked
I
one.
thought you'd have a Draper for Wimbledon.
It's a risk already putting him in the top 10, I think, but I'll have to see how he gets on. Like, he may surprise us all. He may just come back and be absolutely incredible. But
a Massetti for Roland Garros.
Don't get me wrong. If that upsets the predictions, I'm all for it because Lorenzo Musetti.
Oh, I'm definitely for it because it'll.
I mean, I'm not
your
up
top
for
10 as well.
I know it's great for you, which is terrible for me, but I just would love to see someone insert themselves into the narrative. Like, we need someone. Why not Alex de Minaur wins one? That would be nice. We need somebody to just step up and actually win a slam amongst these two. Otherwise, it's going to be another year of domination. Right, final one. The final prediction, the wild card prediction last year, or this year, I should say, is like last year now. JG1, João Fonseca. He finished above Lerner Tien in the rankings. He finished at number 24. Was that right?
Mm-hmm.
And Lerner Tien, I believe it was he about 30 in the world or somewhere around there?
Yeah, both of them just was amazing. Like both outside the top 100. Fonseca, Tien, two of the great stars. Of course, I think that was the final of the next gen finals. We're filming this video before the next gen finals this year, so it puts us at a little bit of a disadvantage because I think that did help us with these predictions last year.
Yeah, a little bit.
Despite that, I've already got a name. I know you've got your name. The only thing we don't know is if we've got the same name, one of us is gonna have to pick again.
Yeah.
It'll be unlikely.
It's very unlikely. I mean, I've gone with a real punt. So I don't think that you weren't as brave, I don't think, as me on the women's last year or on the men's, really, because my picks were slightly more outsiders because they were a little bit more unknown.
But Tien was higher in the rankings than Fonseca last year.
He was, but Fonseca was the hot prospect that everybody was picking. So, and I didn't go for him. So that was why.
Who have you got?
Well, more recency bias from me. And it's somebody I've even said to you recently. I showed you the name, helped me win a bet as well fairly recently, and British. So I'm going to be cheering them on because they're British. They're quite low ranks, though, at the moment. 266 in the world.
You do realise this guy needs to finish higher than my player.
Yeah. But it gives me someone to cheer on. And this guy is Toby Samuel. Oh, was that cough for? Was this like a just trying to hold his laughter in?
I just knew
But
you
yeah,
was going to pick him because you were digging him up the other
yeah,
day.
I'm just backing him because I've just been so impressed with how he's ended the year. Like he's just literally won 3 titles in a row, but he won a challenger title on hard court. He's pretty much he gets to the final of nearly every tournament he's been playing over the past like 6 months. And if you're in that type of form, I think you've got to take that into the new year. If you can take that into the new year and actually play well, I'm excited. I think he said he had a 47 wins, 15 losses last year or this year, 2025. 44 wins and 14 losses on hard court, 3 wins and 1 loss on clay. No grass court matches, but that was after he had a year off in 2024. I think it was probably due to injury or something. But the year before that was quite impressive as well. He's beaten players like Lerner Tien in 2 years ago. Beat players like Alex Mickelson 2 years ago before the injury. So he's beaten good players, but at lower level events. So I think if he just gets a run going, which he has at the moment, who knows? Start the year well, maybe win a couple of challenges, sees that ranking going up. It doesn't take much for the rankings to increase because those lower ranked players are all bunched by about 10 points here, there, everywhere.
He needs
And
to
he
get
could.
into the big events, though, Ben. The risk picking
He's playing
someone like
challenges
that.
though. Yeah, but playing challenges is good enough.
My guy's going to be in Grand Slams next year, and that is Martin Landaluce. Straight
Shocker.
from the straight from the Rafael Nadal Academy. Rafa's retired. I needed to back a fresh, young-blooded Spanish player, and this is who I've gone for: Martin Landaluce. He's got 2 singles ATP Challenger titles. He won one in 2024 in October in Olbia, and one in Met in France last year in September, beating Rafael Collignon. And I am a big admirer of Collignon, as you know. I think the Belgium team have some really good players: Zizou, Bergs, Blockx, and him. And we saw that in the Davis Cup with how far they progressed. Collignon is a top player, and he's had a good year this year. To beat him in a final is not easy. I think the other thing was I was always going to pick a player who's very good on a hard court. There was a lot of players who I like the look of, but when I was reading into the data, I feel like they're predominantly clay court players. You do get a lot of the clay courters around that sort of 1 to 200 in the world, especially some young ones. Of course, they could do a Francisco Cerundolo route and become great on all the surfaces, but it's too much of a risk. I wasn't willing to take it. I'm going for a guy who got into the qualifiers of Grand Slams last year. He played round one of them, of the Australian Open. And if he keeps rising, he's 100. He got to 110 in the rankings. I think he's a little bit below that right now.
Yeah, 134.
134. So he's dropped
for
down a
everyone
little
to
bit.
see where they are.
But yeah, I think he's a fantastic player, and we're also going to be getting to see him in the next gen finals. He's, I think, 19 years old. So
yeah, he is
very exciting.
Really exciting player.
He was in Orleans, his challenger title in September.
There was a news coming out that I don't even know why Jakub Mensik was playing the next gen finals, but he pulled out of it apparently and has been replaced by another good young German player, which Engel, I think is the name.
Okay.
So that was one name on my radar, but I thought stick with the Brit. I had a good feeling about him. He's in good form. I'm just excited to actually now have someone to follow as well, like a Brit like coming through. And
I've got a Spanish, Rafael Nadal player to follow. He doesn't look anything like him, though. No tan. He's more from like the Fakina look.
Yeah, he is a bit. Yeah, I would agree with you there. But yeah, that's it. That's our men's predictions video. Let us know your wild card picks as well. Pop them in the comment section and put your ranking predictions in there and your Grand Slam winners. You can come back next year and see if you got them right. And make sure you don't edit the comment, because then that way we can't trust if you've gone back in there, can we? So yeah, make sure it's an unedited comment.
Yeah, good luck everyone, and we're going to be back very soon to do our women's. I've already recorded them, so it's just a case of doing the video and putting it out. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get ready for the 2026 season. We've got some good narratives, some good battles already brewing between me and Ben, and I'm going to be going big on Martin Landaluce. Let's go.
All right, see you on the next one.